This is going to be ranking the top 25 student sections in college basketball, not the arena as a whole, just the student section itself. 25th is Virginia Tech. I like how they're kind of elevated above the court and they're right behind the basket. And when they play Enter Sandman, that student section gets rocking with fans jumping up and down. 24th is Iowa State, Cyclone Alley. The student section is huge, and because of the design of their arena, they get this place loud. 23rd is Penn State, the Legion of Blue. As their program has gotten better, so is their student section, and they helped them win some big-time games this season. 22 is Illinois, the Orange Crush. They're obviously great at home, but I was super impressed when I found out how well they travel. They go all over, and they are diehards. 21 is Maryland, possibly the biggest student section in college basketball, and they're well known for doing flash mobs. 20th is Wisconsin, the Grateful Red. Not a great picture here, but it was the best I could find, but this group right here is big time. 19th is Virginia. They're known as the Who Crew, and their team is known for their great defense, but this student section is big time in helping them get amped up and get stops. 18th is West Virginia, the Mountaineer Maniacs. They get this building loud, and Country Roads hits different when they're singing it. 17th is Washington, the Dog Zone. I was about to crop this picture to make it fill the screen more, but then I realized that would be a bad decision because it would take away from how big this student section is. They're phenomenal, and when they get a big-time opponent in there, this place is rocking. 16th is Florida, the Rowdy Reptiles. I worked for the basketball team at Gardner-Webb a few years ago, and we played them, and that place was insane. 15th is Auburn, another SEC school we played when I was at Gardner-Webb, so I got to see them in person. The jungle is insane. They pack it out no matter who the opponent is, and it's even crazier for a big-time game. 14th is Syracuse, Otto's Army. The Carrier Dome is huge, so obviously so is the student section. And look at that picture right there with all the signs and people going crazy behind the basket. I don't know how you could shoot a free throw with all that going on. 13th, San Diego State. The Show, as they're known. They're huge, they're super loud, and they give the Aztecs a major home court advantage. 12th, BYU. Not the best video, but you can tell how electric the rock is. 11th place, Indiana, the Crimson Red. Look at this picture right here of them all holding up newspapers during the other team's starting lineup. They're huge. In fact, they're the biggest student section in college basketball. The only reason they weren't higher is because they have a reputation for only showing up for big games, but when they're there, they're big time. 10th place is our fan vote winner, Taylor University. I'm actually going to do an entire video on their Silent Night game, but for now, watch this. Ninth place is Pitt, the Oakland Zoo. They pack this place out. They're super loud, and even when Pitt isn't great, it's still a tough place to play because of the zoo. 8th place is Kansas. They're massive, they're super loud, and when they chant Rock Chalk Jayhawk, it is incredible. 7th place is Gonzaga, the Kennel Club. They're right there on top of the court, and they're super loud, and because of them, this is one of the toughest places to play in the country. 6th place is Purdue, the Paint Crew. This is one of the loudest arenas in the country, and they're the reason why. 6th place is Michigan State, the Izzone, another group right on the court that has a huge impact on the game and part of the reason Michigan State is so good at home. 4th place, Utah State. I don't need to say anything. Third place is Arizona State for their Curtain of Distraction, which is absolutely legendary. They slide it open during free throws and have some type of craziness. They've had celebrities like Michael Phelps, famous rappers, Santa Claus, clowns. There's all kinds of craziness coming out of this, and it usually works. Second place could be a little bit of a surprise here, but I've got Duke, the Cameron Crazies. They're the trendsetters for student sections. They're probably the most famous student section in the world. They're amazing, no doubt, and one of the best in the country. And number one, I knew long before I started this series. They're not super well known, but they are incredible. Check out the best student section in college basketball.
Yo, Pan, you ready? Yeah. Man, let's lock and load. Yeah. Just play. Yeah. No, turn me up.